But where are we gonna go?
Sitting by the tracks waiting for the night train, looking down the road, ain't never gonna go back. Listen for the whistle through the rain and rain now. Who's gonna ride the devil's train tonight? Sitting by the tracks waiting for the night train, looking down the road, ain't never gonna go back. Listen for the whistle through the rain.
Hey y'all, this is the Good Reverend Jay coming back at you with another drop all stop the press and reprint a news story. Okay, that's probably an overstatement, and most of this is actually kind of old, but again, nobody's talking about it, and I wanted this out before the stream on Friday. Tomorrow. So those of you excited for So You Want to Be a Rogue to start back up, it may be on hold for a little bit longer. Once again, we were working out some odd audio and video issues with that, so it might be a little bit longer on that, but it will continue as well as some of the other new projects I mentioned in my last video. Now, I also want to throw a quick shout out to my buddy Faceplant for some help with my sound editing. Anyways, 2 videos, 1 day. Say what? So on with the show, and let's talk about another MKX leak, the full roster. Wait, no, that's not the real thing. That's a Photoshop. That's what you're telling me, right? Duh. But we're just discussing the roster on it, not the actual image. Right now, people are placing a lot of stock in this roster. Reason? Well, purportedly, Warner Brothers scrubbed it from most of the internet as copyright infringement, and true enough, even with all the weight behind it, I can't find a copy on Google image search. Fuck Bing, didn't even look. Seriously though, this is so buried that I actually dug through my browser's history for about 30 minutes trying to find the link again, because I thought I'd heard that it had been scrubbed from Boone's Twitter. However, we can still see the image linked from his tweet where he got pissed off at someone else for some sort of fake Photoshop bullshit. By the way, I'm still following that lead, but I'm pretty sure it's a dead end. Nonetheless, the reason this is getting so much credibility is because of a forum post on GameFAQs.com that was reported in an article on LazyGamer.net by Jeffrey Tim, which is linked below as always. As you can see on the screen, some user alleges to know someone who worked on the game in testing. The emphasis here is on the past tense worked, but we'll come back to that. You can see here that he clearly calls out Kung Jin by name as the bull wielder long before the story mode trailer gave us that information. So, back to this roster, we take all the confirmed characters, Jackie, Quan Chi, Scorpion, Kano, Raiden, Sub, Ermac, Goro, Kung Jin, Reptile, Kung Lao, Devora, Ferrator, Cassie, Katana, and Takeda. Well, now we're at 16 characters, quite the list, no? But wait, this character select screen holds more. We toss in characters from the Cage Family trailer, Sonya, Johnny, Jax, and Melina, and the characters from the story trailer that we think might be playable, Shinnok and Aaron Black. Don't forget the Kenshi controversy, and holy shit, we're at 22. Now all of a sudden that rumored list from February 21st, minus Liu Kang, is exactly what we're seeing. So we throw him in there with a random, and now we hit 24 to fill this roster, and that's it. To the press again. Or is it? Stop that press, because I was actually watching the live stream and a couple of things caught my eye. So when they added Goro, it got me thinking, there's no way that Goro will be in that spot if he's a pre-order exclusive. Zero chance whatsoever. So where does he go? Well, somewhere entirely new. Speaking of new blood for the game, do you remember the Kenshi controversy where I gave the history lesson on new characters introduced into Mortal Kombat after Part 3? Go ahead and click the annotation below and watch it quickly again if you don't remember, because it's about to get important. You see, the biggest character roster was 10, and the smallest was 8. But you'll notice that this roster caps out at 8 new characters. So with a lot of weight that all of these characters are in the game, and us needing yet more new characters, like the beardless bald guy from the new Cage Family trailer, possibly, this screen just simply is not big enough. And I know that the leak dude said this is the final roster, but he worked there, past tense. He may have tested a wave of characters, but I highly doubt that he tested them all. And it's likely that other testers may have been doing other characters at the same time, or in a separate wave of them after the leaker left NetherRealm Studios. So this leads me into my list of predictions. First off, I think we're going to see a new character select screen tomorrow with more slots on it. Secondly, at least 2 new characters tomorrow. Well, or at least that's something I was going to say, but now with the family trailer out, I think they'll probably highlight them tomorrow as I called on the Kenshi controversy to help set the image that they're distinct fighters and not copycat characters. Otherwise, new characters, and at least 2 of them will be in the following though. That's totally my prediction. Third, even though I don't think this is going to be part of it tomorrow, I really want to call out that I absolutely think that Rain and Scarlet will be fully playable characters in Mortal Kombat X. But with having to do an extra impromptu video tonight and the new Kombat Cast tomorrow, I've decided to split this video into 2 parts. So in the next part, scheduled for release by Monday, we're going to follow up on what's been talked about in the Kombat Cast as it refers to the roster, review any possible returning characters, and talk more about why I think we're going to see Rain and Scarlet as full characters in the game. But I leave you with one last morsel of thought food. In one of the Kombat Casts, one of the 2 main hosts says something like, "Maybe you've already seen an alternate costume." Now, I'm not sure which one it is. I spent about 30 minutes searching for it and I had to call it a night in order to have this done at all. I will have that for part 2 though. Nonetheless, if it's true, maybe some of those characters that they're showing us are actually Kombat Pack characters. So what do you think? Which of these characters could be Kombat characters, if any? Now, I've got a few picked out, so subscribe and keep tuned, because we're going to go in depth on that on part 2. For now, this has been the Reverend Jake with yet another Mortal Kombat X news video from Chapel Studios. Reach at you next time.